Welcome to Jenna's Craft Cottage. Today we're going to do the reversible tissue box covers for the long rectangular boxes. You'll need two different fat quarters. A fat quarter is 22 inches by 18 inches, some fusible interfacing, some freezer paper, flat straight pins, and when I say flat, you want the heads to be flat, not with a ball on it, a rotary cutter, and a blue marking pin. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is make your pattern, and you have to decide what kind of a box you would like. The Kleenex box is a ½ inch taller than the Scotty's box. So you can see there's a gap there. I am going to do the measurements for the Kleenex box, the larger one. So the first thing you will do is measure around the edge with your pencil. And I'm going to take this off, and I already have a pattern here, so I will show you how I did this. I'm going to place it in the center and draw a line around the whole box, and I'm going to flip it to the side, draw my second line here for the edges, draw it on this side so you can see the sides, and here's the other edge here. We're going to add a ½ inch on each side. When you make your rectangle around, you can measure around from this point. I have 3½ inches to where my stitching line is and 4 inches to the end of the paper. 4 inches this way, 3½ inches this way. It's 9 inches across here, but 10 inches when you add the seam. This is 6 inches across the side, but with the stitching it'll be 5 inches. Now we also want to find our center, and our center is 6½ inches from the side here and 2 inches from the edge. So these are the markings that you want to put on your pattern. Once you have that pattern marked, you're going to cut it all out. The pattern is smaller than a fat quarter, so I have cut my fabric to 18 inches across by 14 inches. And I have 2 of those set up. Now I want to make my interfacing 13 inches by 17 inches across. We're going to fuse the interfacing on the back side of both of the pieces. When you're pressing the interfacing to your fabric, you're going on the wrong sides of your fabric, but make sure when you can feel the glue that is on this side, that is going to be against your fabric. You don't want it to be up because that will ruin your iron. We're going to press this. You want to make sure your interfacing is secure on the back of your fabric. Now we're going to go right sides together. This is the top and this is the top. We're going to right sides together and we're going to match it up. And I'm going to place my pattern on it. You should cover the interfacing and the fabric with the pattern. With the flat pins, we're going to attach the pattern to the fabric. Now that the pins are on, we're going to cut this out with the rotary cutter. You can cut the whole pattern out with scissors also, but I'm noticing at the very corners I need to take my scissors and snip the points. The opening of the box is going to be 5 inches across here, but what I want to do is take my pattern and I'm going to fold it to where I see where the opening will be. I'm going to crease it using my glue pin, make a line that goes straight to that side. This is 5 inches this way. So this will be the opening. We want to do a stitch line around the opening, and it will be 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to make another little line so I can see it when I go to the sewing machine. Now I'm going to go to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch along these outside lines. I've stitched around to make a rectangle, and now I'm going to take my rotary cutter and cut the center out. Do not go to the stitch line. So I've cut along the center, and I also cut a line on each corner going towards the corners. Now we're going to make our marking for the 1/2 inch all the way around. I've made the stitch line a 1/2 inch around the whole side here. I'm also going to do a cut line where I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut right at this corner up to where that stitch line is. I want to cut these corners. Now we can take out all the extra pins. You want to make sure you snip these really close, otherwise when you turn it inside out you might get some puckering. So we're going to turn these right sides out, right through that hole. Going to lay it flat, and I'm going to press this center part. Now I'm going to take it to the sewing machine. I have 2 different colors of thread. The top thread will be black, and then my bobbin thread is going to be red. So I'm going to show you that when I come back. You want to snip away any threads that are hanging out. You can see there's a reinforcement in this center. Same thing on the back. Now we're ready to put it together. We will do one side at a time. We're going to take the red part here. We're going to make this into a little square like this, and we're going to put a pin here, right where the pieces meet. Do the same thing on the other side. You have your stitch line there, so it'll be easy for you to see where you're going to be stitching. Now I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch down this line right here, starting from where the cut edge is, from that folded edge. The red side has been sewn. Now it's looking like a box. We'll do the same with the leaf side. We have the two boxes that look like this. I'm going to open up the seams and press them. The seams have been opened up. We want to make sure that the seams meet. Now we'll put the hem in. We're going to fold the hem just up to the line. That's that 1/2 inch line on both sides. We're going to use a lot of pins to pin it. Press. I'm going to do that all the way around and then we will match it to the other side. Now the second one. Once I press them, I'm going to match the seams. So you want to match these two seams, the fall one with the winter one, and match those, and then we're going to pin it together. And I'm going to pin them all the way around. I pinned the two pieces together and used a lot of pins. The top thread will be black and my bobbin thread is going to be red. So I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew it and I'll be right back. I stitched the bottom about 1/4 inch all the way around. As I said, the top thread was in black and the bobbin was in red, so it will match the fabric. I'm going to press this and it's ready to go. If you like the square boxes, you can click on the link and go to my channel that has the square box covers. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. A day without sunshine is just an extra day for crafting.